Can you believe that in this entire pizza, there's the same amount of calories as one regular slice of pizza, but in this pizza, there's 41 grams of protein. It's packed with veggies and healthy nutrients. This is so good. 23 grams of protein and less than 200 calories. This entire thing has 26 grams of protein and 188 calories. It tastes so freaking good. When people ask me how often I do cheat days, my first thought is I feel like I'm doing cheat days every day. Because if you make your favorite foods, but just switch out a few ingredients, you really can have a cheat day every day. I also don't really love the term cheat day, but I feel like that's a subject to discuss for a different video, because today we got 5 different recipes that we gotta get through. They're gonna be delicious and they are gonna be satisfying all of your cravings for the next time you feel like a cheat day, but you want to still eat healthy. So freaking good. I think you're gonna make one of these, or maybe even all of them all at once. We're starting off strong with some pizza. First you're gonna need is some broccoli, and we're gonna grate it. And I'm gonna use 3/4 of a broccoli head. Is that what it's called? And you may end up with like a few pieces like this, and that's totally okay. Then I'm just gonna add about 1/3 of a cup of cauliflower rice. That's optional. I'm gonna add some chopped onions. And now you can add either 2 to 3 regular eggs or 1 cup of egg whites. We got one more ingredient to go. You may be thinking, this is weird. How is this gonna turn into a pizza? If you saw my video from last week, you may have a little bit of an idea of how this is all gonna turn out. Just trust me on it. Last up is 1 tablespoon of some cornstarch. Let's give it a little mix around. You may wanna add a little bit of baking powder. And for seasoning, I'm gonna do some parsley, some salt, and some pepper. When you're making this pizza, you're gonna need a pan. And if you use a stick-free, a non-stick pan, then you may choose to not use oil. I'm gonna use a little bit of oil just to make sure that I can turn it. Just beware, I'm not gonna count the oil in the calories just in case you don't do it. You know, you never know how much you're using and all that. When the pan's quite hot, we turn down the heat, we pour on the batter, and we leave it for about 7 minutes or till it's a good pancakey consistency. Why would I say pancakey instead of pizza crust consistency? I don't know. Put on the lid and we wait. And while we wait, in case you have a sugar tooth mouth like I do and you love the taste of some good candy, but you don't want all of that sugar inside your body, then I'm gonna show you a really quick little hack that you can do. It's so simple that I was thinking, should I even add this to the video? Let's just do it. 1 beautiful apple, either cut in slices or ripped like this. I'm just gonna try and get a little fancy with it. Make some cheese. Now I'm gonna place that into a bowl. There's a little apple left, but the last bit's kind of hard to get with this. So maybe just eat that. That's what I would do. And now comes the fun part. If you like chips and you like things that are sweet, first up we're gonna add some cinnamon to our little bowl here. And then stevia, or a sweetener of your own choice, however much sweet you want it. Maybe 1 tablespoon or maybe 1 teaspoon. And then we're just gonna mix that around. And then you got yourself some caramelized cinnamon apple sweet chips. That's a good name. Simple, but so good. Okay, back to the pizza crust. Let's flip this beauty. And now we can prep the pizza. About a tablespoon of some tomato sauce or tomato puree or tomato paste of your own choice. And you of course put on whatever you want on your pizza. You don't have to do what I'm doing. I like a little mushrooms on my pizza. I'm gonna add some ham. And finally, some cheese. And I'm using this light, low moisture, parched skim mozzarella. About a 1/4 cup / 28 grams. So it's not a lot, but for me, it's just perfect. Then we wait for the pizza to melt. No, the cheese to melt, and then it's pizza time. Oh my gosh, look at this. It tastes even better. This is so good. You're never gonna want a regular pizza again. I'm insane. Broccoli. This pizza's made out of broccoli. Like, what in the world? And that's what I meant with when people ask me if I ever have cheat days. I'm like, this is a freaking cheat day, isn't it? Without it actually being a cheat day, you know? Oh, it's so good. I really could stand here all day. We got more to do. And next up is a chocolate orange fudge brownie cake. I just made that name up, but that describes it pretty well, so let's do it. To start off with, for this brownie fudge orange chocolate cake, I just poured a half a cup of some oats into this blender, which means that now we got some oat flour. Pouring that in our bowl here. Next up, I got some Hershey's, and I'm gonna take 1 tablespoon, pour into the bowl, eyeballing half a teaspoon of some baking powder. Next up, we need some Greek yogurt or some skyr, and this is a 0% milk fat one. You can use whichever one you wanna do, but we're gonna need half a cup of that. Put that into your mix. And then we got 3 tablespoons of egg white. For sweetener, you can either use something like this that tastes almost like sugar, I would say, or you can use liquid stevia or monk fruit, which I think is what I'm gonna do. But for the taste, if you want it to taste more like real sugar, go with this. Just a little spat around. Can you already see the thick chocolate fudge brownies consistency coming out of here? Last ingredient is some zest from an orange. So we're just gonna do a little of this action. Mix one last time. No words, but we're not done yet. I'm just gonna pour it into this thingy because I kind of want to bake it in that, but you can totally do it in the bowl if you want. You can either put this in the microwave for about 1.5 minutes-ish, or you can put it in the oven at 350 for about 8 to 12 minutes, depending on your oven and like how it turns out. But what you also can do is steam it, and that is what I'm gonna do today. And to steam it, I'm gonna use this Buns, who is also the sponsors of today's video. I'm gonna share more about them a little bit later. First, we're gonna make ourselves some cake. It takes about 1 minute to heat up, so we're just gonna get that going. Yeah! Ah! That was so hot. Doesn't that look amazing? So freaking good. Can you believe that what's in this is actually all healthy stuff? Crazy. It has 23 grams of protein and only 250 calories, and there's not even protein powder in it. That's crazy. But you know what? We're not done yet. We still got 2 more to go. And those 2 are just as good as this one and the other 2. So I should stop eating and start getting to cooking and working. Let's do it. We all know that a great cheat day treat is a delicious moist burger. We've made tomato burgers, we've made bell pepper burgers, we've made eggplant burgers. Today, we're making a new type of burger that's gonna be just as delicious. Actually, we're making 2. Let's do it. The first patio, oh, I shouldn't be doing that with a knife. The first bun of the day is gonna be made out of sweet potato. I love sweet potato. We will have a lower carb option though, if that's important to you. But let's start with this sweet potato. You're gonna wanna find the thickest part of this sweet potato and chop 2 kind of pretty thick slices. Season it with whatever you like. I am going in with some everything but the bagel seasoning. And that's pretty much the first bun. And we're gonna cook these in our boudin. And the boudin comes with a beautiful plate like this, so we can just place it here on top. And for a burger, we also need a patty. And because we're making 2 different types of patties, we're putting 2 on here. And And while we get this moving, let's talk a little bit more about this beautiful boy D, who, like I mentioned before, is the sponsors of today's video. This steamer isn't just for making perfectly fluffy rice. You can also cook meat and veggies and eggs and cake and soup. You can bake desserts, as you have seen me do in this video, and steam buns and dumplings, or reheat leftovers or defrost and make your own yogurt. So for instance, if I wanted to heat up these leftovers, I could just put it in my boudin. It would take a minute to heat up. It's healthier than the microwave, that's for sure. And after a few minutes, ooh yeah. Suddenly leftovers ain't so bad, is it? Boudin Steamer Boast doesn't just have one, but 2 tiers of steaming space, which means if you have a family with a lot of mouths to feed, it'll be perfect. There's a slow mode function that's great for foods that need to be simmered, like chili, stew, rice, or soup, and it's super easy to refill when the water level goes low. And as you can see, it comes complete with different accessories. For instance, these 2 glasses that I got would be perfect to use for the soups that I make, maybe to boil some veggies, or I could have even made the mug cake on these. Boudin products are known for quality construction, and given all that it does, this smart steamer is quite compact. I realized that I obviously shouldn't be putting in the patties together with the sweet potatoes because they don't cook the same amount of time. So we're gonna make the alternative version of the burger buns. If you want to try something fun, you may argue that this isn't actually a real burger, but in this channel we don't got any rules, so we're just gonna call it a burger today. I'm gonna use these tortilla wraps and turn that into a burger. Just wait, it's gonna be delicious. You grab a wrap, cut a little line here, and then I'm just gonna put a little ketchup because what's a better topping for a burger? Maybe half a tablespoon. Mustard, tomato, cucumber, lettuce, a little onion, and the patty. That's it. If you don't have time and you want to eat a little delicious burger every day, it's so good. Things like this is underrated. Not only is this so much more healthy than going to a fast food restaurant and getting it, but it's also so much quicker. So simple, yet so delicious. I think I have ketchup in my hair, or is it mustard? These wraps are really high in fiber, low in carbs, high in protein. Each wrap is only 50 calories and 5 grams of protein, 8 grams of fiber, if I remember correctly. And if you watched this video, my What I Eat in a Day video, you know that this ketchup is a sugar-free one, just made with veggies, in case you want a healthier ketchup. I have mustard everywhere. Okay, let's move on to burger number 2. Optional, melt a little cheese. And I just put these here to show you how you can steam veggie balls on this. And if you put a little good seasoning on it, it's gonna feel like a little treat. Ooh, it's hot. We want these to be cooked enough, but not too much, because then they get too soggy. I thought it was recording, but it wasn't, but I just put ketchup on there. And some mustard. Is it just me, or the mix of mustard and ketchup, is that just delicious? I think it's delicious. Now yes, this patio is a little big for this bun. Don't worry, it'll still taste good. Let's have cucumber, tomato, salad. And this is the final touch. This is one of those where you risk it, you eat it with your hands, or you stay safe, you get a fork and a knife. What do you think I'm gonna do? Should I actually do something new today? You know what? No, we are not gonna do this. Can you believe that this burger has 23 grams of protein and less than 200 calories? Do you understand why I can have a cheat day every day? I probably have mustard everywhere again. There's something about the sweetness of the sweet potato that you just wouldn't get in a regular burger. My favorites, maybe this, together with the eggplant burger that I also have made. Yum, but we're not done yet. We're not done yet. With summer around the corner, we want to stay cold. We want some fresh, cold ice cream, don't we? So I thought it was time to bring back a little bit of some unadulterated ice cream. We'll do this quick. My brain stopped working. Let's do this. Ow! I stepped on this. I think my my ice cube machine is having a bit of a rough time because they all look like nails. But I'm adding this much, which is maybe a little bit over a cup, between a cup to 2 cups in my blender. Next up, I'm gonna add some protein powder, and I'm using this one of Nutrition chocolate and peanut butter blast. It's delicious. It makes this ice cream taste absolutely delicious. And I'm gonna use 1 scoop. You can use my code Pernilla to get 20% off. That's a pretty good deal. 1 scoop of that. Now I'm gonna add some Hershey's unsweetened cocoa powder, 1 tablespoon. This is wet, so I'm dripping water. Next up, I'm adding a cup of frozen berries. Also, if you haven't watched ice cream videos before, Right to Set is the original protein ice cream maker. So don't you give me too much credit on this. Next up, I'm gonna add some unsweetened vanilla almond milk, but you can use whatever milk of your own choice. I'm putting these ingredients in the most randomest of orders. But I think that's okay. That's usually how I do it, so why would I change it for you guys? I'm sure you want the real deal, ain't that right? And now, to the most important ingredient of this recipe, is a little bit of xanthan gum. Whoa, xanthan gum. I don't even know if that's right, but be careful with this. It can upset the stomach, but it is what makes this ice cream expand. Also, looking at this, I'm definitely gonna add some more ice. I would recommend you do the same. I would say more so 2 to 3 cups of ice. I usually don't use a cup to put the ice in. I usually just like grab the ice and put it in. So I'm sorry for my incorrect ice cube measurements. What was I saying? I was talking about the xanthan gum and that you need to be careful. So I'm gonna add like 1/4 teaspoon, like this much. And now I'm gonna add a little bit of water. Just enough water for the blender to not get stuck. And when it doesn't really want to blend anymore, I just add a little bit more water. And then we go again. You may just need to give it a little mix. Oh, I forgot to add stevia. It may not need it. I'm just gonna add a little bit of this. So you can add the one that tastes a little sweeter. I'm just gonna add a little pump. You can add maybe between 1 to 2 tablespoons of the other one, depending on how sweet you want it. So once it's been blending for like maybe 5 minutes or so, it completely expands, and it blows my mind every time, because then you got like the most delicious chocolate ice cream with berries in there. This entire thing has 26 grams of protein and 188 calories. I feel like that's not even the same as a teaspoon of Ben & Jerry's, and it tastes so freaking good. Make sure that the protein powder you're using is one that you love, because when you do use one that you love, oh my gosh, it's a good ice cream. I don't know how to present this to you guys in a beautiful way. So let's try it. I don't know if I got anything. You wouldn't serve ice cream in this ever, but that's what we're gonna do. Because it's the only thing that's big enough. And that way you can also actually see beautifulness of this ice cream. It's melted a little. Sorry, I was slow about doing this. Because I had to make a thumbnail, so it's like melted. It sure tastes like summer. So good. If you're an ice cream lover, this is a must try. I feel like all the recipes today are a must try. I hope you enjoyed today's video so that you can have a cheat day every single day and eat your favorite foods, but still feel neutralized inside of your body. Is that even a word, neutralized? I don't know. If you like this video, it would mean the absolute world to me if you would hit that subscribe button. It means more than you know. And if you liked it, check out this video as well, because I think you're gonna like that one too. Bye.